What we do is we enable everyone in this room and everyone you've ever known, no matter how old or how young, to make a professional quality book. In traditional publishing, as we used to know it, the economics and the qualitative decisions were yoked together. So I have met so many book editors in the publishing industry who are wonderful people, smart people, creative people, passionate people. These are not foolish people. And yet they're in an industry whose business model is broken. And it pains them greatly when they see great work and they just are dying to get it out there, but the economics of that project is not going to sell a bunch of copies. They can't afford to do it, right? And that's what's happening now. In traditional publishing, what's happening is it's becoming Hollywood, blockbusterism. They just can't afford to take you on unless you're going to be the next Stephen King, right? They just can't afford it. So, but what if those rules are unharnessed? The answer is amazing. So this is a really busy time of year for us at holiday time. And on Monday of this week, we produced 20,000 unique titles came in a single day. A mid-sized New York publisher in a year might do as many as 10,000 titles. We did double that in a single day. This is a snapshot of the just published. These were all published in that minute, by the way. All of those books, and there's like, I can't even read them, but there's like cookbooks, and there's some ones in French, and they look like there's some portfolio books in there. There's a cookies book. There's just, it's amazing. It's amazing. I will tell you, one of the unexpected pleasures of running this business is getting to see what comes over the transom. It's like freaking amazing. For some reason, this cover just it says "Remember Me," caught my attention. And I thought, wow, it's beautiful. So I started looking inside the book a little bit online, and I thought, you know, I want to order a copy of this book and check it out. So I ordered a copy internally. And I was so taken with this book when it arrived. I'll read you the very first sentence. It says, "My name is Albert Inzer Bowman, and they have said that I'll lose most of my memories. I have some stored up feelings about it, but I hope mostly that everyone will just remember me." Well, so I have a father who has Alzheimer's. And I'm sitting in my office, and I read that first sentence, and I just think, I've got a meeting in 5 minutes. You know, I can't look at this now. But I looked at it later that evening, and this is just the most beautiful love story to this, it turns out, woman's grandfather. So I was so impressed with this book, I thought, I've just got to know who made this book. It's really stunning. And the guy's name was Albert Inzer Bowman, and I'm like, well, really? Did some 80-year-old guy? I mean, no offense, but there's some real level of sophistication here. But the name on the cover was Leslie Graham, so I contacted Leslie, not knowing if it was a he or she. And it's a she, and she's a graphic design student in Crotwell, Alabama. And I got her on the phone, and this was her story. She said her grandfather, I'll do my best Alabama, because I wish I had the video with me. Her grandfather, he was a preacher man, and he owned a Dairy Queen. And I thought, man, it just doesn't get any better than that. So I'm writing down. And she tells me the story about how she and her mother drove to Texas to attend his funeral. And since she was the art girl in her family, they asked her, would she do some poster boards? So they gave her like 2 boxes of ephemera from this man's life. And she said to me on the phone, did you know you could tell a person's whole life story with just 10 pictures? And I was so taken with her and her whole story, we ended up sending a couple guys down to Crockwell, Alabama to capture her story on video. And it's online on our site. As a CEO, it's not only about the money, it's about the empowerment. It's about what do you enable people to do.